Come take a look at this. I was looking in my notes and going back to the basics. Ask yourself that. Am I using the right salt? How do we really know? You don't know unless you try. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ken with the Anchor Reef. I had to ask myself, am I using the right salt? Question we normally don't ask ourselves, especially once you get into reefing and you kind of advance a little bit in the hobby. You kind of put your salt to the back burner. You know, you figure you've already got that covered. You know where you want your specific gravity, and you move forward from there. And when I had the most beautiful coral growth, I was using a different salt. I changed salts because it was what was recommended. You know, it was supposed to be better for me. It had more of what I needed, or what they say I needed. I don't really have any complaints with the salt other than I wasn't getting any coral growth. And that became a problem. I noticed, you know, the last 2 buckets really had nothing happen. So, actually, by accident, not actually having enough finances to purchase the salt I normally get, I went with a less expensive salt, one that I had been using, kind of my go-to if you would prefer. One that I started using when I switched over. So I bought that salt instead, and within the first couple of water changes, I started noticing the colors were becoming more vibrant. They had, I started getting new growth on corals that had started to recede. So I started watching that, you know, as I'm always doing. My face is always planted against the glass. I'm always in my tank, got my hands in the tank, moving stuff around, and just always messing with it. So I noticed that with just a switch of my salt, I was now back getting what I had needed. So people, if you come to a place in your aquarium or in this hobby and you feel that you've tried everything, you don't know why your corals aren't growing, you're getting algae blooms, you know, diatoms are always popping up, check your salt mix. What salt are you using? When you've done everything and tried everything and you still have corals that aren't growing, they're not as vibrant as they used to be maybe when you first got them, you know, you start dosing. You start using calcium additives. You start using magnesium additives. You start trying to play with the strontium and the iodine and things like that. But check your salt mix. What salt are you using? Have you tried a different salt? Or are you just using a salt just to say you have salt? Don't be afraid to try something different. You know what I mean? If you're trying other things, you started dosing, you're pumping this, you're pumping that, trying to get the most out of your fish tank, check your salt first. Try a different salt. You know, that's really how you learn in this hobby, is by trying different things. Subtle changes can make a big difference and a huge impact. Your salt is definitely a foundation of what's going on in your reef. So when you're looking for salts, you know, you wanna look for things that you need in your reef tank. Are you growing corals? Then you need calcium, you need magnesium, you need iodine. You know, especially if you have shrimp and lobsters and things like that. You need trace elements that stay refreshed all the time. You need a salt that's gonna last, good quality salt. Ask yourself that. Am I using the right salt? And as always, enjoy your reef.
Let me do my thing.